What's up, everybody? I am DJ Kazzeo, and welcome to Talkin All That Kazz. Now, what is Talkin All That Kazz? Real quick, breaking it down, before I even get to that, let me tell you this. You want to know anything, you want to connect with me on social media, go to this address right here, www.djkazzeo.com, alright? All my stuff's up there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff is up there, okay? Now, for 27 years, over 27 years, I've been hosting a weekly radio show here at 90.9 FM KHTC in Salinas, California. Every one of the shows I've ever done that's in my library is now online. You can go to this address right here, mixcloud.com/DJ_Kazzeo to hear all the shows, all the music, all the interviews, everything. Okay? Now, speaking of interviews, maybe you don't have the time to go to Mixcloud and listen to the full shows, because there's thousands of hours of stuff to listen to. If that's the case, this is what Talkin All That Kazz is for. I've isolated all the interviews, taken the interview clips, put them in video form, and I'm posting them up here on YouTube for you guys to check out in a shorter time, alright? So you can just go, pick out whatever interview you want to check out, and here it is, okay? So, without further ado, let's see what I got in store for you this time around.
This is KHDC, Chular Salinas, 90.9 FM, and K281BR Hollister, Radio Bilingüe, National Latino Public Radio Network.
Esta es KHDC, Chular Salinas, 90.9 FM y K281BR Hollister, 104.1 FM. Radio Bilingüe, la red nacional de radio pública latina.
Hi, this is Margot.
Hi, this is Angel.
And this is Caroline.
And we're the Cover Girls.
The Cover Girls. The Cover Girls.
Hola, this is Yolanda Ruiz.
Hi, we're Seduction.
Hey, this is Sapphire.
Hey, this is Pico Ortiz.
Hey, DJ Kazzeo, this is your girl Naisha.
Yo, what's up? This is Noel S. Houseaholics.
What's up, everyone? This is Sharon Miseran, and you're listening to DJ Kazzeo on 90.9 KHDC.
You are indeed listening to 90.9 FM KHTC Radio Bilingüe here in Santa Cruz and Monterey Counties, 104.1 FM. 104.1 FM. Easy to talk when you're not wearing a mask. 104.1 FM out in San Benito County, and streaming live everywhere on the planet worldwide at WednesdayRec.com. Real quick, let me run back the records you just heard, because I played a lot of good stuff right there. D'Luna with Come With Me, TKA, Slipping Through My Hands, Stephanie Bennett, Ooh La La, Andrea Martin featuring Angel Miguel, Give Me One Night, Sharon Miseran, God Only Knows, Cynthia Figueroa, Now That You're Gone, and Adelise with Love Crazy. So, as I was saying that this week I was going to be talking to a very special guest who has not been on the show since June of 2003. 17 years it took her to get over the initial impact and lasting sickness that goes with talking to me. So once again, bringing her back, D'Luna is on the line with me right now. D'Luna, how are you?
Well, hello.
What's going on with you?
Thank you so much.
No. Thank you for like I said, getting over the hangover, as it is, of talking to me the first time. 17 years later, you're back. So talk to me a little bit about where the hell have you been?
Oh, I've been on a journey.
Go ahead, get into it. Talk to me. What's been happening?
Well, since my last song, I Know How to Love You, I toured with that for a while, and I went off to the side and started I do a little bit of salsa, merengue. I'm Latin, by the way. I hear this is a bilingual radio station.
Correct.
Correct. Latino. I'm Latina.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Dominican. Part Dominican, part Puerto Rican. Think of J-Lo and Cardi B smashed up.
I'll take the J-Lo half and throw away the Cardi B's half.
Oh, she's cool.
Not a Cardi B fan at all.
Girl power.
Say what?
Girl power.
Okay, well, hey, I'm not gonna argue with you. So you've been doing the salsa and merengue stuff, as you said. What projects were released in that time while you were doing that?
Well, I was actually part of what are now La Chica del Can. I worked with Frido Vargas, and I was part of a group called Mandarina, and I toured with them for a while. And then I hooked up with Pito and met him at Sony after we did I Know How to Love You. Mm-hmm. And now I work with his label with George Ojeda. And here's Pito. Pito, tell us about the label.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I am Jon Pito. I do represent Dustin Records. I am A&R and Artist Management at Dustin Records. But actually, I've been working with D'Luna for many years. Mm-hmm. Over 20 actually. So, but yeah, we brought D'Luna back to her freestyle roots, and so yeah, Getaway is the new song, Georgia Heda featuring D'Luna, and we definitely took it back to more Miami electro funk roots, and so far we're getting a good feedback from it, and we'll see what happens.
Well, let's talk about the original records that came out. So the I Know How to Love You first, it was released on Next Step Records under the label China Dolls, and then it got picked up by Jelly Bean. So how did that whole getting picked up, distribution, et cetera, deal come about?
Well, the song started taking off underground. Mm-hmm. Pito actually had a big step with that. He started introducing me into the underground club scene here in the gay community, and they loved me and I loved them right back, and because of them I started getting, it took off on its own. The label didn't really do anything. It was the people. Mm-hmm. Like it's happening now.
but okay, so it starts picking up. Or go ahead, John.
Yeah, I can actually break down the story.
Okay.
China Dolls originally was a project that Louis Martinet started with. It was something he was working on. He didn't have the girls for it, but he did have somebody do a demo for it, which was like a high energy type, Euro dance, demo thing that he had there, just sitting there. And what he wanted to do is he wanted to go back to his roots, like he did with Expose. For those who don't know who Louis Martinet is, he's known as the godfather of freestyle in Miami, mm-hmm. and worked with many groups, many productions. There's many godfathers in freestyle. Pretty Tony as well, Amos Larkins. I mean, there's so many, but Louis Martinet was a big influence. And when he did Expose, the original Expose, with Ali, Lori, and Sanday, and also the sister group Sequel. He wanted to go back to those days and create a trio group, except he wanted to mix like Asian meets the Matrix. Mm-hmm. So what was going on around that time period in Miami and Florida was basically the traditional freestyle scene basically died. And he wanted to revive it with the new stuff that was coming from the underground. Freestyle went underground in Miami, and also the Florida rave scene. It rose out of that. So it came back as acid funk, the new version. So it was basically like on the hands of a new generation. So he wanted to tap onto that and create China Dolls. And that's where basically he auditioned girls, D'Luna showed up, and it was a match. And from then it took on, so we did pressings with Next Up Records. And
the China Dolls never produced more than, it was just me. I was one person.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. He put three girls together, but two of them were never really sang. They were dancers. D'Luna was always the face of the group. When it signed to Jelly Bean, basically the other two dropped, and D'Luna was basically, the holy trinity of what was going on in Miami. She was, people expected three girls, but it was just basically her. And then me always, because I was there also, everywhere we went, all the tours, the radio. So that's how that came to be. And it was a very interesting time of, changing.
So it came from the underground of Miami. it started playing at the clubs, the DJs spinning it. Like what's happening with Getaway, this is insane.
So
it's taken off by the people wanting it.
So when it gets picked up, through Jelly Bean, and you start branching out a little bit and like getting more exposure from it, was that the first time that, due to music, you were taken out of Florida and went different spots, other states, other parts of the country?
Well, after that, I Know How to Love You, when that took off, I mean, I was on tour a lot. I mean, it got to the point that I didn't know where I was anymore. It was just like show up, fly in, rehearse, do my job, and back on the plane. And it was next to the next city. I mean, it was nonstop. That song was blowing up. Before that, I did travel with the merengue band Las Mandarinas, which was directed by Wilfrido Vargas. And I did travel to Peru and Santo Domingo. I stayed there for a while. That was the Spanish world, which I would like to experiment with eventually. A bilingual album would be pretty cool.
But as far as getting around the United States, that came from the China Dolls project, right?
Well, I toured before with, like I said, with the Latin group. I was in Peru and Santo Domingo.
Yeah, but you just said you were only going down to Peru and Spanish countries. I'm talking about throughout the United States. Did you tour with them throughout the United States?
I Know How to Love You was my ticket around the United States.
So when you're getting out to different parts of the states and you're seeing the good reaction to the record, I mean, how is that overwhelming to you, or is that you're kind of okay, I could deal with this?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was, like I said, the label itself was surprised because they didn't really go out of their way with promotion. But the people were requesting me, the radio stations, and people calling in. And I just went and did my job, and the people were fantastic. They really loved the music. It got really insane. What was that in Tampa when they almost tore down the stage, Pito? He was there. They almost tore down.
That was in Club Taboo in Orlando. You were doing a show with DJ KJ of K5. You guys know K5 from the good song Passion. Another label that was another record that was freestyle.
That was on Robbins Entertainment.
Originally, it was Cram Records in Orlando, but see, China Dolls came out of what was going on in the Florida thing at that time. Like I was saying, it came out of the rave scene in the 90s, and a lot of records from, especially, let's say, for example, Planet Soul, which was from Miami, that was
a big influence. That was a big influence for me.
That was the record that basically put freestyle back on the map. That was the one that opened the doors for the young Latinos of the rave scene that were creating records and getting picked up by major labels again, getting played on the radio stations. That was, for example, that record was in Miami on Night Beat, but it got picked up by Strictly Rhythm in New York. So everybody else in New York wanted the same thing. So Robbins Entertainment picked up K5, which was from Orlando. And Jelly Bean Recording picked up D'Luna, which was from Miami, Next Up Record. So it was just a pattern that everybody from New York wanted to tap onto this new sound, this new trip-hop sound, what they called it. But originally, it was basically freestyle.
How did we come out on the Herald? On the Herald, we actually said dance music is going to become the new pop rage in the regular in the radio scene.
Yeah, I mean, Luna and Destin Records was featured on the front page of the Miami Herald for the Winter Music Conference opening and the Ultra Music Festival opening that year. I forgot what year it was, but it was around that time period as well. But that was what was going on at that time period.
I was literally getting my groceries, and somebody handed me the Miami Herald newspaper with my picture on it. I'm like, thank you, that's me.
So you were signing autographs at the supermarket?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing groceries.
Well, see that's what's up right there. That's what's up right there. Hey, so real quick, we're gonna take a quick pause here because I gotta play a public service announcement. We're gonna come back. And we're gonna talk some more with D'Luna and John from Destiny Records. I want you guys to hold on the line so we can be all official
and take care of business, and then get back to spotlighting you guys. All right, so hold on. All right.
All right.
That's right. Back in the place right here. Still on the line, exploring the wonderful world of D'Luna and Miami freestyle scene, along with John from Destiny Records. So, okay. So before the break there, we were talking about, signing autographs at the supermarket and, getting recognized in all kinds of great places, including getting recognized in the Miami Herald. What are some of the, you mentioned one spot where, wait a minute, am I there? Are they there? You guys there? Okay.
Where?
Just making sure, because I wasn't hearing anything. So,
We're good listeners.
So you mentioned that there was one time when the stage almost collapsed or something. What's been the most awkward performance you've ever encountered?
Well, that was it. It was a fantastic show. Everybody was pumping in that club. I mean, you felt the floor moving. And right after the show, we offered some CDs. And Pito comes out with this box, and everybody just rushes the stage. I literally had to hide behind the security guard's leg. I was holding onto his leg, and they were knocking down the boxes from Pito's hands. And I had to run, pretty much, from Tampa.
But the thing is that the CDs were actually limited. So,
yeah, so whoever had them,
demand for them. There was a big demand for them.
Okay. So, being that as it may, I mean, obviously that's a wild experience. I mean, how does or if at all something like that happening, does it ever change your perspective as far as your performance and the kind of venues you go to, or you just that's right, they should be doing that for me. I'm that damn good.
Well, I didn't pump up security when I continued the tour, definitely.
and that came out of the Destiny budget, or what?
That was actually
the club provided it.
Oh, okay.
When I went, we requested extra security as I walked on and off stage.
Yeah,
okay.
It's something you have to add on the rider. When you go to any club now, you got to add it. The thing is that, for a new record at the time period, and, we didn't really know from the record label, what markets we were actually bigger at. So we basically went into every different city, the same, okay, cool, another show, but then it was hey, you're getting 50 plays a week here, opposed to, hey, you're getting some mixed show, which is very different. So you got to know all that information before you do a show, so you could know more or less what you need to work with or how much security you need.
Yeah,
but everything was good. Everything was good.
Yeah, because I'm just saying. I mean, you know how some of these promoters are cheap as hell. You have things you ask for, and you're lucky if you get a banana and a bottle of water. So.
No, they actually treated me pretty nicely everywhere I went. They were pretty good too.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
The key is to have a good manager, and let the manager do the bitching, and let the artist just smile.
All right. Well.
My job was to perform. He took care of the dirty part.
There you go. So let's talk about now, I mean, releasing a project, in the current time. Obviously, when you release a project independently, one of the key things is to get out and do performances and to make the rounds and, as they say, press the flesh. But I mean, how does that work now that we're in a situation where, we're limited as to what we can do? I mean, obviously, well, I guess kind of not in Florida because your governor's office out of his mind, as far as regulations go and common logic. But I mean, how does the whole pandemic affect releasing a project independently?
Well, I can do a concert from home.
But I mean, you could do that. Obviously, do a virtual show. But I mean, do you really
I'll make this look like a fabulous stage.
but still, you don't really get the energy if from the crowd if you're you know, part of the.
I do feed off the live crowd. You do feed off of that.
Yeah, part of the performance and like what makes you get into it, like really connect is having that energy. And if you don't have that energy, it's like kind of like, well, I mean, there's only so much you can do, right?
It's off. Next year, if things get a little more normal, I'll go wherever the people want me. So right now, I could offer you the videos and performances.
Well, now I've seen like real short clips. Is there a full video for the song, or is it just like little clips?
Those are teasers.
Yeah, the video's coming. There's a lot coming, including more remixes and other things. The song right now is actually doing very well, but it's not the end. I mean, there's a lot planned for this release right now.
Also, I would like to do it bilingual. I would like to do it in Spanish.
So, we do have roots with we do have roots with producers in Spain, and they have a big electro bass and freestyle scene over there as well. And actually, that Stone Records has had material from groups from Spain as well. So, we all work together. So, there's lots of plans with this record right here that's making a little bit of noise right now.
So aside from the remixes coming, I mean, what else do we have to look forward to in 2021?
Full album.
I mean, and
ready to go. We have the songs ready to go.
I mean, so how deep into the album are you? I mean, what percentage of the album is done? What do you say?
Well, I have 10 songs written, ready to go, and George Ojeda has great production for me to put my flow into.
So, and then we're very like thinking the brain. We go back to the drawing board lots of times. Because you could have something down and be like, okay, this is it, and then the next week it's kind of like, okay, we're going to rearrange everything all over again. So it's a work in progress.
Okay, I got you. And now with John obviously keeping his ear to the street out there, what if any are other freestyle acts are coming out of Miami that I should know about?
Well, it's only me.
That's a good answer right there.
In reality, there is some groups actually developing, and we do have our eyes on it because we're all a family, and this is how the China Dolls thing went as well. It's like
I'm also writing for other artists.
We always open up the door for other people as well. We're like, hey, these people booked us over here. You should talk to them. Because it's not just one person that, because we're pushing freestyle, and it's not just a one-man job. It's a community.
Have you guys noticed that hip-hop has a lot of freestyle beats in their new songs?
It's starting. It is making its way. Yes.
I've been hearing it. I'm like, wait a second, that's a little Miami in there. I hear a little freestyle in this hip-hop song and the pop song. I'm like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to, take back what's ours, darling.
No doubt. So, yeah, finish up on that, John?
So you mentioned, and I mean, there's a lot of artists out there, but one artist actually that would get, I think she's ready as well. Is a young artist. Her name is Ike Rios. You probably already know you're playing her record, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's definitely... She just did something with Tito Puente Jr., and I like that little tropical direction that she's going.
Hello, Tito.
She's with Eastern Entertainment, if I'm correct. So, but that's one of many artists in Miami. I mean, Miami, right now, everybody's in the studio working on stuff. But the thing is that the generation has learned that you can't really tell people what you're doing because there's a lot of people that would take your ideas and,
Oh, actually, one thing I would like to point out. This is a song that I actually wrote on my own and produced with the Destins and George Ojeda. So I Know How to Love You was written by Louis Martinez. Gotta give him props.
Right.
But this is our own label, our own writing. I'm also writing for other artists also.
And planning to produce as well. Into developing artists as well.
There you go, exploring all avenues of entertainment.
Oh, definitely.
That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. So, if people want to follow you on social media, give out your social media contacts.
You first, Pito.
Well, basically, they can find us on Facebook on Destoon Records. And once they get to Destoon Records and also DestoonRecords.com, they can basically just get all our contact information and all the, plans that we have going on, new shows and online shows. And, right now we've been kind of like everybody else dormant because of what's going on. But, as we get into the month and into the new year, we have new plans. So everything will be announced through the website. And, of course, D'Luna has her own pages where she can be reached. And, add her to her Instagram and everything. Which, D, what's your Instagram?
Well, you can check me out on Twitter on #D'Luna.
So, it's funny because I got I saw that A. D'Luna had followed me on Twitter last week. Is that actually you, or is that an imposter?
That's me.
Okay, just making sure, because there was an incident a couple years ago with a group that was trying to work with me to do some, radio exposure and stuff, and they had this one fan who, for whatever reason, tried to imitate being part of the group and was like basically literally called into the show one week and said, "Hey, I'm, so-and-so from the group, put me on the air." And I started asking questions off air, and I was like, "You're not part of the group. Who are you?" And, finally she broke down. She said, "Oh, I'm just a fan. I'm trying to promote them." I'm saying, you have no business doing this. So I'm very leery sometimes when I see artists that, I never thought they would have like a social media, because I've looked around for D'Luna a lot on social media and I can never find anything. So I figured, okay, she just doesn't do social media. And then I got your follow last week and I was like, no, is that really her? Or is that just, another psycho fan?
Yeah, on Twitter, #D'Luna. It's everything D'Luna. I'm also a painter, a poet, a writer. I'm pretty much like a Renaissance woman.
Well, hey,
Anything that's artistic, that's what I do. I also paint.
Uh-huh. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're here, you might as well do it all, right?
I have to. As an artist, as long as I'm expressing myself, I'm happy. Whether I'm painting it, singing it, dancing it, I have to continue doing it. So I'm so happy that this song is taking off now. And it's something that's we recorded this a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly people's like, hey, it's getting played. People are requesting this. They want to know where you are. And I'm like, well, here I am.
Honestly, when I first saw the title, I immediately thought, okay, is this a remake of the old Stephanie record? If you remember that one from back in like 89, I think.
Oh, Getaway.
Yeah,
oh.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be that, but then I was wrong. I was wrong. It wasn't that. So
yeah, it's original.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely original. So we're going to jump into it right now. I really want to thank you guys for taking your time to call in tonight and catch back up. It's been far too long since you guys have been on the show. I mean, Pito and I, we message back and forth on social media. So, like, I've always been in contact with him, but D'Luna was like a ghost. She was just like, that's it. I talked to that guy one time, call me back in 17 years. I don't need to talk to him again until then. So, it's good now.
I'm back and hopefully here to stay.
There you go. There you go. So once again, I want to thank my guest tonight, John from Destoon Records, and that's DESTUNE. For those who are wondering how the spelling is, look for that, DestoonRecords.com. Also look for D'Luna on Twitter, and you said Instagram too as well, right?
Well, sticking to Twitter right now is D'Luna.
Oh, okay. Got you.
And also, people could also look up George Ojeda.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
The fulcrums of this, DJ George Ojeda.
Those beats, those sweet beats, George Ojeda.
There you go.
He's been basically a pioneer in Miami as well as radio and nitro too. I mean, he was the youngest DJ at 16 years old. He was, already a DJ on the FM radio station, Rhythm 98 FM, and basically broke down the doors for a lot of people. But as a producer as well, he's produced lots of, other acts. But check out Destin Records, and you'll find out all those other acts and all the things going on. But right now, the main thing is definitely D'Luna. She's definitely back, and now we're ready to rank it up.
Ready to make it happen, right?
Well, thank you, Kazzeo.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I expect now, when that album is ready, I expect to not only, have an advance, but also have you back on the air. Can we confirm this right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. I know it's getting late out there, so I'm going to let you guys go. But again, thank you so much for taking the time to call in tonight. And I will be getting you the links to the archive so you can check out this show on your own time and hear how everything went. But once again, thank you guys for taking the time to call in, all right?
Fantastic. Thank you, Kazzeo, once again. And thank you, everybody, for loving my song.
There you go.
Let's get away together.
Let's do it.